Things aren't any better for flyers today, but they're not a whole lot worse as the number of TSA workers calling out sick continues to grow. Houston, still the big trouble spot in the country, honestly. Some passengers today waiting up to 6 hours in security lines. It's been nearly 40 days now since the beginning of this partial government shutdown in the Department of Homeland Security. According to DHS, more than 450 TSA agents have now just quit their jobs. TSA officers are poised now to miss yet another paycheck. That's coming up this Friday. So with all of this, Senator John Cornyn tonight is hoping the Department of Homeland Security will reopen shortly, and he's got some skin in that game. When that happens, TSA officers obviously would finally get their back pay and back to being paid on time. We've got Eye on Politics reporter Jack Fink in the newsroom. Some movement, some developments on this today. What can you tell everybody?
Well, Doug, Senator Cornyn is optimistic that a deal to end the second longest government shutdown will get done after Senate Republicans presented a deal to the Democrats today.
It's encouraging. With the president's approval, we are proceeding to talk to Democrats about funding all of the Department of Homeland Security except for ICE.
Senate Republicans have offered Democrats a bill that would fund all agencies within the Department of Homeland Security, including TSA and FEMA. A deal would pave the way for TSA officers to get paid after 450 have quit and others haven't shown up, causing big lines at airport security checkpoints. Both Republicans and Democrats continue to blame each other.
Republicans can hopefully now come back to the table and get serious about reaching a solution to pay TSA workers ASAP. We await to hear from them on a written proposal that we will review. Because right now the situation in our airports is untenable.
Well, it reminds me of the old story about the kid who kills his parents and then pleads for mercy because he's an orphan. That's Chuck Schumer for you. This is something they consciously did, and they've decided they wanted to punish a lot of innocent people for something that was completely unnecessary.
Cornyn said the president's decision to send ICE officers to some airports may have brought Democrats back to the negotiating table, but Schumer criticized the move.
TSA wait times in Houston reached 6 hours at one point over the weekend. And what does Donald Trump do? He sends ICE agents to the airports. ICE agents don't know the first thing about airport security. They weren't trained to screen travelers.
At first, the president insisted any deal would have to hinge on the Senate passing the Save America Act, a bill that would require proof of citizenship to register to vote in federal elections and then showing ID to vote. But the president may have backed off of that.
We're going to continue fighting for that, and we will deal with it either on the floor using the current procedure, or we will deal with that as part of reconciliation.
We spoke with Senator Cornyn this afternoon, hours after a new poll came out about his Senate GOP primary runoff with Attorney General Ken Paxton. The poll of more than 1,200 likely Republican voters gives Paxton a 7.5 percentage point lead over Cornyn, 48.8% to 41.3%. Nearly 10% are undecided for the May 26 runoff, so they're still 2 months away. Nearly 58% of those who said they voted for Congressman Wesley Hunt on March 3rd said they are now backing Paxton. I asked Cornyn about that.
I assume the people who supported Wesley Hunt could not abide a corrupt public figure like Ken Paxton. So we're continuing to reach out to Congressman Hunt and his supporters, as well as the President of the United States. And
Congressman Hunt has not made an endorsement in this runoff. Doug?
Okay, Jack Fink, thanks very much. Fingers crossed TSA workers get paid and we get back to somewhat normal in the industry. Thank you, sir.